Moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of one of the surprise games of 2025. Of course I am talking about Hellclock. Now this is a game that I knew was going to be awesome because we already played the demo for it months ago. We've been covering the game over the last few months, and now that it's dropped 1.0, we streamed it all week. I've made multiple first impressions video. I really like this game, and I'm happy to say right at the beginning of this video, CEO Top Dog for Hellclock, Mark, is going to be joining me and Frosty LaRue on the Town Portal podcast this Thursday, July 31st. It's going to be an awesome podcast. We got lots of stuff prepared, so make sure you come by my Twitch, Aaron Action RPG, this Thursday, July 31st for that podcast. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, we're going to talk about some major updates coming up. Major update incoming, improved progression, and endgame. Now, just know that we really didn't expect an update this soon on Hellclock. When you actually look at the roadmap that they provided to us, we obviously have the 1.0 release. Then in September, we are getting a free update with a crafting system, crafting currency, and corruption. And then in November, we're getting movement 2.0. This is freedom to attack and move with all skills, new character animations and systems, all 52 constellations, which then takes us to Q1 2026. They're going to have a paid expansion called the Cursed War, and there's going to be a free update with that as well. So you're still going to get something if you don't want to get the paid expansion. Now, this game is a $20 title, so I would guess that the expansion will probably be $10. It's not going to be crazy, but I got to tell you, for a $20 game, Hellclock is definitely worth it. All right, so let's jump into this update that is coming to Hellclock. Again, big changes coming sooner than you expected, and I'll try not to read too much, just basically tell you what's going on. This is coming next week. We don't have a date yet because I don't think they have a date yet, but I will tell you for the Town Portal podcast on Thursday, we might have some unseen things to show. Maybe. Campaign pacing and progression balance. Now, basically here, they talk about how maybe they were in a bubble a little bit, and them playing it all the time isn't how other people play the game all the time. They're basically changing the way the setup of the game is, and they've already made changes to this. So right here in this picture, you have campaign and you have Ascension. Ascension is the endgame mode after you complete the campaign. And they really want to make the game, you play it your way. So now when you click campaign, you get to pick between softcore and hardcore. You get to pick between regular and veteran. This is the update. You also get to put if you want pause, relax mode, and vengeance mode. So if you were playing campaign, softcore, regular, pause, relaxed, vengeance, you're basically playing it for the story. Vengeance is going to make it where every time you die, you're going to come back stronger. Relax is going to make it where you don't have a clock, so you don't have to worry about the time. You could obviously pause the game. Playing it on regular actually scales the enemies down and the bosses down. I believe right now the standard is on veteran. So just know, play the game you want. I think that is a good change. Moving on to the end game systems. Now on here, they talk about the philosophy of Ascension. And again, they were living a little bit in a bubble, and they didn't realize that, oh, the action RPG genre, yeah, we don't like starting over and we don't like losing our stuff. And I want every relic. I was literally manually organizing my stash, and I had every relic, and I was keeping the highest tier version and the best roll of them. And then after I completed the campaign, it said, do you want to move into endgame? Just so you know, you lose everything. That is a horrible feeling. It was a horrible feeling. I was trying to compare it to other action RPGs. Imagine Diablo, Path of Exile, Last Epoch, Torchlight. You beat the pinnacle boss, and then it pops up, hey, delete everything you've had and start over on nightmare mode. How does that sound? What? That's it's a kick in the nuts. It does not feel very good. But either way, they've realized the error in this decision making, and they are changing it. Ascension moving forward will be its own separate save file. So now you don't have to give up your progress in order to try the Ascension mode. which really sucks because I already gave up my save file, but you know, it is what it is. So what they're doing now is that you get to keep your campaign progress. You could start the Ascension mode progress, and they're moving your save files from 3 to 6 so that you could just save more. Great decision. Okay. So far next week, we are getting regular mode coming. We are getting you don't lose your campaign progress, and we are getting an additional 3 save files. But wait, there is more. We're also getting the Abyss and Oblivion and a new skill tree. Now, this is pretty interesting, and this is kind of how it is right now. The first new endgame system we want to introduce is called Abyss and Oblivion. If you have played Diablo 2, this is basically our Nightmare and Hell modes. If you're unfamiliar with the concept, then think of New Game Plus and New Game Plus Plus. Abyss and Oblivion will allow you to venture beyond Act 3, keeping all of your existing progression. While we expect most players to be able to complete Abyss, be warned that Oblivion will test you. Only the best builds and most hardened backlanders will see the end of this journey. Now, when I read this, as someone that plays most, if not all, isometric action RPGs, maybe what they're saying is the broken, the bugged builds will be able to beat Oblivion. That is my guess. And yes, they're giving us Constellation Respec. When I was streaming this game, I had one of the developers on, and I basically told him, hey, if you got a minute, if you don't mind, I have my wish list. And the developer was like, oh no, give us your feedback. And I was like, we need to be able to respec on the bell, the passive 1 point. We also need a search feature. We also need to reorganize the stash, the way that it stores thing. We also need a search feature. You know, I was going through all this stuff. A lot of it is coming. And I'm not saying it's coming because of my feedback, but I love that they're already listening to the community and making changes. It's just like the best thing you want to see from a studio, especially, you know, I feel like when you're making a game, they're probably, you know, you always have expectations that your game is great. Right now, you go on Steam, you go on Twitch, there's thousands of people playing, overwhelmingly positive on Steam. Like, the game is really kind of blown up. So I think that they're very, very happy. So anyways, Abyss mode is basically, it's just the game gets harder. Oblivion, it gets way, way harder. We now have Nightmare and Hell. So coming free in 2026, Endless Nightmares. So they end with basically telling us we are getting a mapping system. So on here, Endless Nightmares is a mapping endgame done in the Hell Clock style. You would take your picks between random generated shards and Nightmare in a sequence. This will create a new 21 floor dungeon, and your decisions have shaped its dangers and rewards. Fully clearing Nightmares will unlock higher tiers up to T16. See how high your build can push. So we are also getting a Nightmare mode. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please expect this update next week, but we don't know the exact date yet. So that's the post. Endless Nightmares coming for free in 2026. Hell Clock's mapping. We have the new Nightmare and Hell mode coming with a new skill tree. We have Ascension moving to its own save files and save files moving to 6. And we have the new relaxed mode coming in. We have the new regular mode coming in if you want to tune down the difficulty. And I will say, when I was streaming this game, there's a lot of people that were messaging me on Twitch saying, how the hell did you beat Act 1? I'm stuck in Act 1. It took me 2 days to get past Act 1. So I do get that a lot of the feedback's been coming in is that just the progression and the starting over just feels bad. So it's nice now that you could set the game to an easier pace. So that's it. That's what's going on with Hell Clock. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'm very excited for the future of this game. And I know it's the 3rd time I've said it. I'm just so excited for Thursday, tomorrow. Town Portal Podcast, episode 12, with my co-host Frosty LaRue. We will have Mark on, the CEO for Hell Clock, maybe potentially showing you some never seen before stuff and answering questions on the future of this game and the development. It's going to be awesome. Please like, share, and subscribe if you think I've earned it. Check out the Discord, over 5,300 people. We do game giveaways, merch giveaways, movie nights, game nights, and subathon August 21st. For Last Epoch Season 3. All the shenanigans happen in Discord. And don't forget to check out my new website, Action RPG, currently in its beta phase. We cover lots of different games. The website continues to grow. And for our future game list, maybe we have typed Hell Clock in there as a maybe. So that's all. I'm done. Hopefully you're entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.